Durant was on a podcast the other day, and I thought he made some comments that were, honest to God, truth to me, whack, irresponsible, and no pun intended. I thought they were out of bounds for the place that the NBA is in right now. Let's give you the comments. He was on the Big Dog podcast, and when Kevin Durant was asked if he were healthy, we obviously know he's going through rehab right now on a torn right Achilles tendon. He was asked if he were healthy, would he participate in the NBA's restart that's set to take place, season's kicking off in Orlando, July 30th, all right? He said, I feel me right now, I probably wouldn't have played because the unknown going into that situation looks crazy right now. Seeing so many new cases. It's just so unpredictable. It's easy for me to say right now because I'm injured, but I probably wouldn't have went down there to Orlando. Let me start by saying this. I am privileged enough to come on this platform and cover the NBA. And I take pride in that. I did not play in the NBA. I did not play at an elite college level. I did not play at an elite high school level. I played 1 year of AAU basketball. But I've covered this sport. I love this sport. I've been covering it for quite some time now. I worked at ESPN, mostly covering this sport. I'm in love with the game of basketball. I am in no place and I am in no position to tell Kevin Durant to not talk basketball when he wants to talk basketball. All right, we know for a fact this is one of the most talented, skilled players to ever grace a basketball. You know, if his career ended tomorrow, I will tell you right now, I haven't seen 5 greater talents than Kevin Durant, and he's on his way to having a top 20 career all time. So I got love and respect for Kevin Durant, all right? I can't tell him not to talk basketball. He loves the game. He's in love with the game. You see Kevin Durant pick up a basketball, you know the love is there. And I question that with some athletes, but I never would ever question that with KD. But going on a podcast right now and not promoting the game of basketball, I think it's really irresponsible. You have a responsibility to promote the game of basketball. The game of basketball has been great to Kevin Durant. The NBA specifically, because you can play basketball in all type of leagues. The NBA specifically has been great to Kevin Durant. It's what put him in position to be a multi-millionaire, $100 million, $200 million. I don't want to count the man's pockets, but he's a lot of $1 million up. He's got a great deal with Nike. Okay, Nike wouldn't have given you the great deal that they gave you if you were not a superstar athlete in the NBA. All right, let's keep that in perspective. There is a responsibility, in my opinion, to promote the game of basketball during these troubling times. We have role players coming out. Trevor Ariza has already shut it down for the season, a respected veteran in the league. Avery Bradley is on the team that has the #1 record in the Western Conference right now. One of his last games out, Avery Bradley knocked down 6 threes as his Los Angeles Lakers team defeated the Los Angeles Clippers, right? The team that they'll likely face in the Western Conference Finals if everything falls in line. The team that was probably their biggest threat, or is their biggest threat to win a championship this year. Avery Bradley's sitting out. He said he's, concerned about his son's health, who does have a compromised immune system. Okay, guys are quitting. Guys are saying they're iffy. Lou Williams on that Clippers squad, he said he's 50-50 right now. Guys are backing out. And one of the stars of the league, who's injured right now, is going on a podcast letting it be known that if he were healthy, he don't know if he would go to Orlando. Well, Kevin Durant, that's the point. You and your teammate Kyrie Irving, both of y'all came out and said, if y'all were healthy, y'all wouldn't play. We should shut down. I don't want to play. Kyrie even said we should start a league of our own. What? Okay, Katie, you're not healthy. Obviously, outside looking in, and he did acknowledge that things would be different if you're the #1 team in the East. If you had given everything to the game of basketball this year, if your Nets were competing for a championship, I'm sure you would at least think this with a different lens. And I'm happy that he acknowledged that, but I'll take this a step further. I don't think he should be doing a podcast right now if he's not going to go speak positive about the NBA, that product right now. Why are you doing podcasts right now to speak negatively about the game? Why does your voice have to be heard right now? This sport, this league pays you great money. Ironically, you signed with Brooklyn at the time that you signed with Brooklyn to get paid for your rehab, right? Like, think about it. As rich as KD is, this league is so great and so financially able, he don't even got paid for his rehab. The Nets did his surgery and paid for his rehab. Like, that's how good life is for you. I need guys like Kevin Durant to understand this. And again, if anybody backs out, fine. I am not going to judge you on this platform. That's not what we're doing. Avery Bradley has a legitimate reason why he's not coming back. All right? Kyrie wants to shut it down because of systematic racism. I get it. I don't agree with it, but I get it. And I ride with Kyrie, even though I think he's a little quirky. I'll ride with somebody if they have that perspective. Maybe not Kyrie, but I'll ride with the premise of it, right? But for Kevin Durant, you're not in a position to play. Just to come out and not promote the game right now, when you got guys already questioning about to put their health on the line. I mean, you see the Clemson football team got 37 positive COVID tests in the last 3 weeks. For you to come out and just, again, as a superstar of this league, make some of the people, we know that a lot of the guys in the NBA, we know this, are, I'm not going to call them weak-minded. I don't want to do that. But they're easily influenced. A lot of these guys in the league are easily influenced. They look up to guys like Bron, Kevin Durant, Kawhi even, starting to get some of that. Why would you come out and say that right now? The product that need that right now. And KD, I think there's a responsibility. The one thing I say this about KD, he has the talent to be one of, if not the greatest ever. I always felt like he missed the mentality to be the greatest basketball player of all time. So people want to talk about the rings with KD, certain little things with KD, of why he ain't in that conversation with Bron, and why a lot of us believe he's never surpassed Bron as the best in the game at any point, even though we beat him in the finals 2 straight years. For me, it's the mentality. It's the mentality. A couple weeks ago, I'm not going to go too far in this story, I was in a Instagram chat with KD on IG Live with a guy that KD played with in his past, a guy that he has a lot of respect for, a former athlete as well. Only like 100 of us in there. So KD's responding to everybody, right? And I thought it was super dope that we got Kevin Durant in this live, just chit-chatting with people like a normal dude. You want to know why? Because at heart, Kevin Durant's a normal dude. That's why social media gets to him. He's never embraced how great he is at his profession. And to a lot of people, we'll call that dope because he never lost that humbleness. He's just a down-to-earth brother. All he wants to do is hoop. But I feel like the downside of that is you never embrace being a superstar, a legend, probably the second, if not the second, the third most popular guy in the sport behind LeBron and Steph. You've never embraced that role, and I think it's cost him a little mystique. That's why you see guys like that create burner social media accounts, because they care so much about people's opinion. This is a regular guy getting thousands of comments every day about his decision to leave OKC and go to Golden State. He's a normal dude. This is impacting him. I always felt like KD maybe was too normal. I kind of want KD to not be as humble, be a little more arrogant. And I feel like if he was embracing the LeBron mentality in this situation, LeBron, I'm sure, has his concerns. He's a father of 3. All right? This dude is a legend in the game, and I'm sure he's concerned about COVID. I don't care how legend you are in the game of basketball, this virus can get to anybody. I've already told y'all the numbers of how the average age is now 35 of people getting the virus in Texas. That's concerning. The numbers are dwindling down. The ages are going backwards. That's concerning. Young people are getting the virus. I'm sure LeBron is concerned. But there's a responsibility from LeBron as a business guy, not just for him. He's got more years behind him in the game than forward. But if LeBron, the businessman, understands if this league doesn't go forward this year, there's probably not going to be a next year. Let me tell y'all this. I do my homework. If the league does not finish its season, if COVID stops it, whatever, 25 teams will start the season in luxury tax territory next year. Let me tell you something. The owners own NBA teams. This is supposed to be like a fun job. Like, this is supposed to be the fun, just get a little revenue. It's cool to say you own an NBA team. NBA owners are not going to start losing money. I feel like Kevin Durant's business acumen, one of the top brands over at Nike, should have kicked in. If Nike said we can't produce shoes for the next year and a half, they want to redo Kevin Durant's contract at Nike, and he wouldn't like that. If the NBA doesn't have basketball since March and they don't finish their season, they already are missing out on local TV money. That natural ESPN is not going to be happy. Turner's not going to be happy. I just think Kevin Durant has a responsibility to, if you don't have anything positive to say about the NBA restart right now, how come you just can't do a podcast? Maybe make that comment once the guys get going. Not when you make the comment literally days before they make their decision about will I go to Orlando or not. Just terrible timing from a guy that we expect better from you.